Welcome back to the Buddyhood League Brawl Season 2, and we are here with a quarter-final between Riorren and Kittenpaw. Very exciting game, both of them play as the Templars of Sigmar here. Witch Hunters, 2643, 2459, where one Warband deploys tight level wagon while the other is into 3 strike teams. That's gonna be really crucial here. We're gonna follow this game from Kittenpaw's perspective, and it seems that he has all of the advantages here. If you take a look at the top left corner, he has a morale of 218 to compare to a low 148 for Riorren. And we're very well familiar with this map. We'll see if Kittenpaw is actually. So yeah, he's trying to... Yeah, exactly. Where he marked out the first beacon here, and that's the second one. So where his cursor is right now, that's exactly where one of the teams is. One team, and the top right, and those two teams usually link up to each other. The problem team with this deployment is that one. Exactly. The characters that start in that position, they are always in trouble. On the other hand, Riorren does have a decisive advantage in the initiative here, and hopefully he sees that and deploys all of his fast units and high initiative units in the bottom left corner. We're gonna see if he does that. Kittenpaw has the objective of getting a Wordstone Rush. Shouldn't be too difficult. He only needs 8 stones, and they are all pretty conveniently located around his wagon. Riorren meanwhile needs to get Crush the Will, and he's probably not gonna get that, nor is that his focus. He's just here to survive. Remember that Riorren is a big underdog in this fight, not just because of the lower rating and everything else, just because of general skill level as well. I think Riorren is very happy to reach this far, but it would be fantastic for him to get to the semifinals. He's a new player that just started playing Mordheim, and he's already done really well for himself in the Buddyhood Brawl League. Although it has to be said that the Buddyhood Brawl League is, if you have been following this series, it's more of an amateurish league. It's many more casual players and not as competitive play environment. And you can sort of see that by the random luck here. The only players that come from the more veteran aspect of the Mordheim community, which would be Kittenpaw here, as well as True Seeing, Hole Poker, and myself, Karen. We're all in our separate quarterfinals, and chances are pretty high that these 4 players are going to be the only semi-finalists. But upsets could happen. Riorren has been doing really well for himself, only having lost 2 games so far. And one of those games against Game Night was arguably by choice. Pretty high initiative here. Gonna see if Riorren has thought this through. A good idea here would be to gather up all of your units in the top left corner if you can. You have the cover of all of the buildings, and that's a good recovery spot for the entirety of your team. The wagon group and the top right group, they can of course link up really quickly, but it is, as said before, the lower left group that is the big concern here for Riorren. He doesn't want to get caught. Kittenpaw is zooming in on it. One of the things that makes the experienced players so dangerous, not just their playstyle and the knowledge of how to build the units, it's also that they do know the maps in general. While most players who would have gotten split up into having their opponents split up in 3 groups would have no idea where they actually are deploying, except one group is always by the wagon. But generally the veteran players, they do know every single map. Forgot to add the scoreline, there we go. Looking forward to seeing this fight. It could be very interesting as they have very similar composition from what we have been gathering so far. We do know that there are double Templar Knights from both Kittenpaw and Riorren. There is a ranged Witch Hunter Captain from both of them. Kittenpaw has 3 Flagellants and 2 Zealots, of which one is ranged, I believe. I think that Riorren has 2 ranged Zealots, so counter that with. You see a Warrior Priest, both of them have one that has been leveled up to be able to cast a single spell, which is Armor of Righteousness Mastered. And I believe the 4th here is probably pretty equal as well. Maybe. I think that... oh, no, that's the only thing that differs. We see a single Witch Hunter here that's moving around. Pretty low level as well from Kittenpaw. As you can see there, he's not yet reached level 3, I believe. So he's a pretty low level. And then you have Riorren, who also has a very low level Wolf Priest to command. I think Kittenpaw might here be... we're gonna see what he does, but this could be an indication that he's mostly going to see if he can focus on the objective as Riorren scramble to put all of his team back together. And why not? Getting the objective means quite a bit. It's plus 3 XP for each of your units, and since we suddenly went into the playoffs, it's been a mad rush to try and level up some of the units so that they are somewhat usable. You can see that with this particular Witch Hunter hero. Wishing he had gotten a little bit more XP on him. I'm guessing that Kittenpaw, who against Dig got an injury on his Wolf Priest, has decided that the Wolf Priest is not worth pursuing. He got a maimed hand, which is minus 10% hit chance, and that seems to have prompted Kittenpaw to focus on his other reserve hero, which would be this Witch Hunter. Otherwise they would have had an identical setup, no doubt. Seems to be a pretty poor map for the Wordstone. Gonna see what kind of types there are, but I would expect it to be quite a few fragments here. And not that big of a hole. Although the amount of Wordstone here is a little bit secondary compared to finishing the objective. Captain Calico. Probably the hero or slash leader choice that have been most at risk in Kittenpaw's warband throughout this league. He has died once, and he has been really close to dying at least a second time. As we do know, both of the games have been uploaded. And then I refer to the fight against Doc for when he took a bit of damage, if I remember correctly. I'm going to check up. This is where the team starts. Does he really want to be here? That's the question. Or is he trying to lure someone in here? He's trying to catch them off guard. It's strange that he focuses on this right-hand team here. Usually what you could do is just going straight up the corridor in front of the house, and then cut and through the gate to the left, and then cut off the lower left group. But this offers some advantage as well, since the lower left group is probably going to the center left position right now, which means that if you do get an engagement in the top right, you will have 3 units that are very, very far away from the rest of your warband, and it will take them several turns to come there and reinforce. Sure, you will be able to fight with probably 7 units, 4 from the wagon and 3 from the top right position, but 7 against 10 rarely ends up well for those who are 7. Yeah, seems to be lots of fragments. Kittenpaw, of course, is gonna be a bit wary as well, since he doesn't want to take too many losses here. Every single loss starts to count, and if you do have an out of action, they could be dead, and then you lose quite a bit of your power, no matter who goes down, since there are not that many reserves worth a damn to use right now, since we have played quite a few, well, so few games. Gonna see if Riorren can use this to his advantage. We know that there are purple crossbow pistols on Captain Calico, the leader of Kittenpaw. However, I do believe that Riorren does not have purple crossbow pistols, but he has a purple rifle, I believe. So he has 40 range, and he's going to hope to leverage that. I don't know why he's praying here. I mean, yes, you could get a bit more wordstone resistance, that's the only advantage. This is very nice. Buttercup here has managed to get a purple cloth. I have to walk around the stairs to get it. Seems that both of the zealots here are arranged for Kittenpaw. I may as well. It's a good thing to have a ranged component in your warband. Kittenpaw might feel superior. Yeah, you do see Mastered Armor of Righteousness here. You're gonna target the Templar Knights, getting them up to 75% armor, which is really, really deadly. Both of them seem to have armor proficient mastered. The only difference is that this particular Templar has a purple heavy armor, the other one had a blue heavy armor. As well as a blue light armor on that unit, blue cloth. I'd be going forward here to protect
objectives updated.
The captain.
Objectives updated.
Oh, so we do see Marius Strauss. I believe that's the ranged unit here of ranged zealot of Riorren. Even though it wouldn't take too much damage, making sure here that it's not gonna be damage in vain. It's pretty high up here, so you can definitely avoid Captain Calico should you want to. So off to a cautious start, but Kittenpaw is definitely going to get the objective here. That is for sure. See a few of the stats on that particular Zealot. Which had the interesting quirk of having 17 ballistic skill. Zealots can only get 15 ballistic skills, meaning that Riorren has picked up +2 ballistic skill from somewhere else, and I do believe that is the +2 ballistic skill enchantment that he has on his blue armor. One of the best enchantments that Riorren has managed to find for him. Here we do see the Wolf Priest. Alright. He looks really damaged, by the way. Really dangerous, by the way, his damage potential here. And it seems that he is at least better than Kittenpaw's Witch Hunter hero. Also picking up some Wordstone resistance for 3 turns. This is also immune to All Alone.
A new round has started.
If Riorren's leader is nearby with that rifle, he could maybe take a pot shot at someone here. Most likely Captain Calico, but that would require him to be pretty much near this particular Wolf Priest. Some cautious play at the beginning here. It's going to be paramount to Riorren to try and avoid a fight this early, and for Kittenpaw to try and trigger one. Although it's not that bad of a position. You see, if you follow the Wolf Priest a bit further down, you see a Wordstone there. At the very middle of where these three roads intersect. And if you could take the fight there, it's not that bad for Riorren because it's relatively near where his lower left corner team started. Meaning that he could probably have most of his warband to that position relatively quickly. By holding the cursor like this, Kittenpaw gets information in the lower left corner of the screen here. Bartolf Krieger, we see a Flagellant, we see another Flagellant. He knows exactly what he will be facing. You can look at the damage values, you can look at the critical hit chances, the armor values, the amount of wounds and everything about them. Even though he hasn't seen them on the minimap. We see another one here, Stefan Sommer. I believe that's also a ranged Zealot. So we do have a very much a mirror matchup here. Two ranged Zealots. As well as Mario Strauss, that's the guy in the top right corner that we've already seen. So he is retreated towards his wagon here. We just see a wolf priest there momentarily. It's not the best kind of weapons here for purifier bubbles, since you can only shoot once with those pistols. Would ideally have loved to shoot more than once. Gonna be a little bit brave here with Captain Calico.
Objectives updated.
See another wordstone over there. Oh my. He has spotted a target here. Gets a decent shot at Sigvard Sommer as well. That is the very best Templar Knight of Riorren's. Fails with a nerve shot. Might want to try that again. There we go. Cancelling out Web of Steel. Yeah, he might want to be careful here. He could remember that the Templar Knight of Kittenpaw is not in an ambush stance. And he could actually be targeted here by Riorren. The problem for Riorren is, can he support a charge here? But he could go in and charge in against Captain Calico, no doubt. Does he want to do that? Well, if it's gonna trigger the Overwatch, then he'd better commit to it. Yeah, he's gonna trigger the Overwatch. Bit of a lucky hit, 54% chance here, but at least he has 0% chance of a critical hit chance. Don't retreat now. Then it was useless to go forward. You could have seen that he was in an... Yeah, there we go. We're gonna see a charge here. Or not. Yeah, this is exactly what you should not have done. This is the... If you were not interested into going into him and exposing yourself, then don't go forward and take another hit from the Overwatch. completely very reckless. That's the kind of yeah, you can see that the Ulrich's gift is here, and Ulrich's gift is mastered, so that Wolf Priest is at least level 4. Arm of Righteousness mastered, Ulrich's gift mastered. It's a very powerful unit. But why go forward and take the Overwatch? I have no idea. Hopefully he can heal himself up a little bit with a consumable. It's going to be important for Kittenpaw to take down the Wolf Priest and the Warrior Priest to prevent these buffs on the Templar Knights. But likewise for Riorren, it's going to be important to try and get the Warrior Priests so that his so that Kittenpaw's Templar Knights doesn't have the buff either. As they are almost unkillable when they have Armor of Righteousness on like that.
Objectives.
There's one more stone needed for Kittenpaw to get the objective. And we know that the blue one is behind the stairs at the very bottom, because we saw that earlier. Ah, we do get a glimpse of the Witch Hunter captain here. So he was one of the... That's a great unit to put in the lower left corner at the very start, I think. He has more blue pills. He's probably fast. He's high on the initiative ladder. It was a perfect choice. Gonna need all the fire support he can get. See a Wordstone here, and you could probably... No, you can't really take that just yet, but you could take that one. The one that Captain Calica avoided.
Objective completed.
At least some of these wordstones are on their character's person right now. So if Kittenpaw does lose them and not picking them up, he might lose the objective. But right now it seems very secure, and especially the more stones he picks up, the better. Levi Onaker, another powerful Templar Knight, was also in the bottom left corner. We might not be too far away from a confrontation here. Since they are relatively close to one another, it's inevitable that you're both going to be itching to fire a bit with their ranged weapons and drawing ever closer towards one another. And the Riorren is almost gathered up here fully. On the next turn he will have all of his warband up together, and then he can move them up in force. See if he can take off a shot. Yes, he can. That is very nice. Doing a bit more damage here. Having an even higher hit chance right now. Playing well into the strategy of Kittenpaw here, just trying to do a bit of damage here and there to soften targets up for the upcoming confrontation. It makes them so much easier to kill, and that's exactly what he wants. Oh, we don't see too much movement from Kittenpaw just now. There we go, at least a little bit forward here. Taking up better positions. For a moment there I was afraid he was gonna stay where he were. It's gonna limit the amount of armor fractures he can deal out. And for both of the Templars, it's gonna fade away in the next turn, meaning that he's only going to be able to target one of them. Does he want to try and engage here against Sigurd Sommer? He could do that. Tie down one of his powerful Templar Knights with one of his own. And the trap really cutting down the distance that he can reach. Hoping that he can reach the Wolf Priest here. He definitely can. He can probably kill the Wolf Priest too. And that is what we talked about. That's going to be really, really important here for Kittenpaw if he wants to do that. You do see the 75% here. Armor. Warp Enfeeblement really does suck though. Minus 25% melee damage for 3 turns. That was unlucky. He's losing out on time. Does he want to do this? He's thinking it through. Manages the fear test. What about the hit chance? No, he misses that as well. Alright, alright. Taking a little bit of damage. Wow, that's almost nothing. That's virtually nothing. But he won't be able to kill the Wolf Priest. The Wolf Priest could disengage from here. Hopefully Riorren has gotten a little bit more experience now and it's not just disengaging right away, but will do at least one attack before disengaging, so as to use up all of his red pills, so at least disengaging and casting a spell or similar. Because this is a losing fight. Alright, but use up the spells, please. Ulrich's Gift, there we go. On the Templar. Might be able to move in here. Just the Crimson Shade here could do a lot of damage. Even Winter Shield, wow, yeah, that's gonna be really, really deadly. And that minus 5 damage penalty is really, really going to hurt. Yeah, there are some strikers here coming into effect. It's going to try and block See the ranged Witch Hunter Captain here. Manages to pull off a little bit of damage as well. I think that Riorren has done pretty well so far for himself. He should know that the Templar Knight is in that location. See if he's gonna be interested in engaging in that. Templar Knight on Templar Knight would surely be interesting, leaving more room for the rest of the heroes. Yeah, Levianaker no doubt wants to get closer to the Warrior Priest and getting that really nice Master Arm of Righteousness as well. Typically this is the tactic that Kittenpaw has been using throughout the entire league. He's forward moving the Templar Knights, hoping that their opponents will move as many units as possible into them, and since they are extremely tanky, they won't take much damage, and that has surprisingly worked against all of the opponents. Well, let's say I shouldn't probably say surprisingly, due to it has been successful for Kittenpaw. But Riorren might be able to read into that and not wanting to do that. Isn't that right? Trial of Pain Master is going to do a lot of damage if Sir Snugglebunny decides to attack. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I don't know if you wanted to do that though. I mean, can you protect the captain? You just use 2 blue pills more for aim. And you did a reload twice. He might be caught here. Hoping you can put the Templar Knight or someone here in between, because you don't want the Witch Hunter Captain be caught, especially against the wall here, which he seems to have positioned himself. Trying to pour as much damage as possible into this. It's not gonna be that much damage though, that's the problem. I mean, Kittenpaw is probably pretty happy with them wasting their red pills for only doing 20 damage, and they could do 80 damage on something else, 80 to 90 damage. Gonna be the same here. Missed out with the aim. I do think that Sir Snugglebunny has a mastered enchantment on the shield that he stole from Abaddon, which gives him plus 12% range resistance. That coupled with the basic 20 of the purple shield means that is somewhat resistant towards range attacks, or at least should be. You can see that 66% chance, that was their normal hit chance, these 2 zealots. Alright. That's weird. I find that weird, because if you do throw an oil bomb, make sure that you're not gonna suffer from it, and make sure that you're sort of telling them that, yes, I don't want you to go into this area. And you see that from the front as well. I wonder if the Templar Knight Summer here can actually get into him on the flank without taking damage from the fire. Yeah, that's the one he's afraid of. If that is, was that Sigurd Summer that's about to move here? Because he has the same initiative as the captain. I'm gonna see what happens. If that's the same initiative on both of them, let's see. Yeah, it is. It is. What Riorren should do here, he should just use delay. Because if he just uses delay right now, he will get rid of nerf shot on him, but otherwise he will actually have nerf shot for this turn as well, and that's not something that he wants. He should use delay here. Let's see if he picks up on that. Don't move into combat, don't move into combat, use delay. Do you see the effect here of Ulrich's gift as well as the character model? He's a bit undecisive. He should just have used delay. Wow, he does almost no damage. Remember that these two units cannot disengage now. Remember that when after the warrior priest turn here, this Templar Knight Sir Snuggle Bunny will lose Arm of Righteousness and so will take a whole lot more damage. But just use delay, come on Riorren, pick up on it. He's just gonna end the turn here and losing out on his stance. At the very least there is Trial of Pain, so Kittenpaw's unit will take quite a bit of damage if it does attack. Okay, that's a cool move. Going to jump up into... that's actually really cool, because that could mean that Sir Snuggle Bunny might die here. We're gonna see what the Warrior Priest does, but if the Warrior Priest cannot reapply Arm of Righteousness on Sir Snuggle Bunny, he will be really, really nervous about... he doesn't have too great of a hit chance. It's barely worth shooting when you have that kind of hit chance. And he needs to be careful here of moving to... Alright, has a pretty good shot here on Jochen Metzer. It might be worth it here to try and focus fire on Jochen Metzer, doing a considerable amount of damage on him. Not sure why he went into ambush if he was set on engaging with the Templar Knight anyway. Trial by Pain mastered. You can see that Captain Calico is already level 10. But there are some units that are. That puts him in a very awkward position. If Riorren picks up on this, he could get the second Templar Knight in there. Forget about the Warrior Priest. Let's go in and try and finish off Captain Calico as much as you can. And look at the Warrior Priest, he's really far away from Kittenpaw. I'm not sure that he can actually make it. What is that unit doing? Bartolf Krieger, he's trying to sneak past and get towards the wagon here. Yeah, he does pick up on it. Don't go into Snuggle Bunny. He will get 10% more melee. Yeah, you're right in front of the captain here. Good choice, I feel. He could do a lot of damage here, hopefully. Well, in that position, Captain Calico can disengage, and we'll see if Riorren wants to attack him from the other side as well, thereby preventing him from disengaging. That would have been a good choice. Well, lots of Kittenpaw's units are coming up here, and he may be able to turn the tide here, locking down units. Could probably get to the Warrior Priest. Yeah, he sees... Well, could at least get to the captain further down here, and he's probably wanting to do that. Since you have the lower left Templar Knight, and the lower left Templar Knight is definitely going to be really tempted by locking down the purple rifle using I think it was a rifle at least, leader of Riorren. That would be a big victory to lock him down against the wall and slowly but surely kill him. Sorry, I cannot take a shortcut. You want to move in here against the Templar Knights. It means that he cannot follow you because he cannot disengage from a fight. Might be looking for a charge. Seems to be itching for a charge. He wants to get a charge on because he wants to be able to use the dodge stance. But he's not gonna get there. He will either move in without a dodge stance or not. Having lost more than half his time here. There we go. Not a great chance of hitting. Let's see if he manages to get a hit in here. First miss, second attack. Doing a little bit of damage to Levi Onaker. Yeah, I might want to move in with more units here, trying to pile on the damage. Is that going to be the case? I could get a, almost could get a charge. Just a tiny little bit away from getting the charge there. Probably wants to start moving forward this team. You could do a lot of damage to the Flagellant. It's probably not a good shot, but the Flagellant you could probably focus fire down a bit. Managed to get a nerve shot at least. That's good for the misses he did with the Flagellant. That's going to be really good for him. Getting the nerve shot in, cancelling Web of Steel. Loses some initiative here. Not gonna play too much of an effect, it just means that the Wolf Priest goes ahead of this unit. There we go. Yeah, I would definitely focus on Jochen Metzer here. He's very vulnerable right now. But the two most important units are coming up here and see what they can do here. The free Templar Knight as well as the Warrior Priest. Can the Warrior Priest reach this? I think the Warrior Priest might actually be able to. It's not impossible. This is a good shot on Jochen Metzer. Bit of bad luck there for Kittenpaw. Would really have liked that to hit. Can shoot again and then do a reload. There we go. Jochen Metzer is taking quite a beating. But so is Snuggle Bunny. Snuggle Bunny has lost a lot of wounds. We'll see if he's gonna be able to survive this. Needs to get a refill here from Inquisitor Gumdrop. Yeah, he can definitely reach. Already lost 140 wounds, only around 200 left. And that was crucial for Kittenpaw. It's gonna be see if Kittenpaw actually wants to attack here. Since he will take damage, and that's also gonna apply in the next turn if he does counter attack damage. Oh my god. Yeah, that's so bad. At least he has one Flagellant here to try and protect him, but I can probably disengage from that position, but we'll see what the Templar Knight will do. At least Riorren has thought about this and has one unit. Oh, okay. So that's gonna definitely open it up for the Templar Knight, and that's probably even better for Kittenpaw. Doing a little bit of damage on Mittens, taking a lot of damage in return. Counter Brant. Yeah, Templar Knight is definitely going to go down there. Taking a bit of damage. On 9 to 12, that's really not worth attacking. Might was use a Crimson Shade himself. Has he forgotten? Yeah, he's forgotten that they had Trial of Pain on him, and now he's gonna take 29 and be instantly reminded that was a very stupid move. Indeed, that was a very stupid move. He doesn't have too many wounds left. 29 is almost maximum damage. Yeah, we could see that you did forget about that. Kittenpaw is very wary right now because losing Kittenpaw and having him go out of action, possibly being dead, will really, really hurt him. Of course, it will really hurt him if he does lose this game, but you can try and get in there and do a few attacks on him, and then any counterattack will also trigger that ability. Let's see what the last Templar Knight here will do. Yeah, it's not like he's gonna attack this turn anyway. But he might do next turn, so fine. Here we go, going straight towards the captain. Going towards the captain, gonna lock him down, and that's gonna... alright. That is so bad for Riorren. Why did he use the aim? That's the problem. He could have had 2 more blue pills, moved into the middle of the street, and he would have been fine. This is the difference. Like, look at Kittenpaw's leader. He's also engaged, but he can disengage. And Riorren puts his leader like this, and that's gonna be very, very bad for him. Yeah, he cannot reach that initiative. So it's not worth using the Crimson Shade here. But that was so poor. So poor. At least Sir Pouncelot has lost his Arm of Righteousness, and we'll see if that's gonna...
A new round has started.
...be punished in some way. Let's see if Riorren can get into it and try and make it a tit for tat and lock down the Witch Hunter captain of Kittenpaw, but then he needs to get around and go in at the rear of the Witch Hunter captain to prevent him from disengaging. Can he do that? He doesn't actually have to engage the Witch Hunter, he just needs to stand behind him, and that will suit him. Why? What is he hoping to accomplish right now? Oh, maybe he can do a charge here on some poor Zealot and thereby forcing them to disengage as well. Can he do that? Alright, that was a cool... Can I get into someone? Move into a ranged unit so that they have to disengage. That effectively takes away 2 more red pills. Yeah, he seems to be doing that, right? Yeah, he did. Against Fluffykins, one of the ranged Zealots. Still not a single kill so far. Jochen Metzer is pretty hurt. What can he do? Hopefully he doesn't just retreat. He doesn't want to attack though because he has Master Trial of Pain on him. Yeah, it's not looking good for Snuggles, that's true. Yeah, he should just attack into this. Just attack, attack, attack. That's lucky. He only had a single parry and used Strong Blow to try and bypass it. Did not succeed. He's not gonna attack here. Any damage that if he attacks here, he will take a lot of damage in return. Mastered Web of Steel. Yeah, this is the unfortunate thing for Riorren. And the worst thing is he's relieving the the heavy damage Flagellant here nearby, so he's gonna team up and try and kill Ingmar von Miralson in order to free up the Templar Knight to do even more damage on the back lines here of Riorren. Remember, he has all of the vulnerable units there. Even, I mean, why is Riorren even attacking? He knows he's going to be attacked. He could just go into a dodge stance and let all of his remaining red pills be used as a counter attack. Really should have done that. Yeah, this is... And even if he does hit with the aim here, he's only gonna do like 10 damage. So why focus fire on Snuggle Bunny? Why being so focused on him? It just leaves Kittenpaw to do more damage to other units there, and then he might be able to save Sir Snuggle Bunny by that. Since so much fire is focused into him, other units can wreak havoc and really fast take away most of the damage potential of Riorren. Making focus on Captain Calico instead. But he's gonna disengage now, so he's gonna be way out of reach. A 35% hit chance, that's not... I mean, yeah, I mean, fine, try it, but... Oh, does manage it. Had a 4% chance of scoring a critical too, didn't really do that. At least did a bit more damage. Probably wants to use aim here. Since you only have one shot anyway. And there we go. Gonna go straight for the disengage. Or even the flee here. Taking 28 damage, gonna run through the fire. He was already started in the fire, so he doesn't take any damage from that. 142. Still hurtful. It's tricky. What do you want to focus on here? Stefan Sommer is a good target, yeah. Also has a 3% chance of a critical if he's a bit lucky here. Could also use a Master Trial of Pain here to really make sure that this unit will not be as useful. Opts for another Trial of Pain. He's really in favor of that. Unfortunately missed. That seems to be well out of reach. I assume it is. At least you can buy yourself some more seconds by not ending the turn. Pumpkin the Mad. It's gonna be see how long Pumpkin the Mad can hold Levi Onaker in place. It might be 2 more turns. He needs to just 1 more turn if he can get some more support fire put into Pumpkin the Mad. It's always a thing with warbands like this that are built around the 2 Templar Knights doing a lot of the heavy damage. You don't want them bogged down, you want them to continue doing damage to the targets you want them to do damage towards. And so far, the only one that's actually managed to get one of their Templar Knights right now into where they want him to be is Kittenpaw against a locked down leader that somehow used up all of his red pills needlessly. He's gonna take a lot of damage from that flagellant that he left behind. And he might actually die this turn. See another Crimson Shade going up. I wonder why. It's not gonna go ahead of this flagellant anyway, so why use a Crimson Shade right now? Yeah, Onlookers. I mean, now he's starting to consider, should I charge in here? Well, it's gonna give him plus 10 melee resistance. He also has Master Web of Steel. It's basically a henchman that's not gonna do much damage. But getting into these backlines, oh, that's juicy. It's probably something he wants to do. Still starting to wonder that why Riorren sent one of the flagellants way off. That was kind of in vain. Yeah, he's gonna get sort of morale penalty when eventually he reaches the wagon, and maybe he can flank with that, but right now he's just wasting many turns where another flagellant could have done a lot of good things. Yeah, this is gonna hurt. Does he have Adrenaline Rush for a second attack? No, he does not. Pumpkin the Mad is pretty hurt. See, this is what you should do. It's the obligation of the hero to attack anyway, so why not? Yeah, Gunther Brandt is not a bad target here. See, just a single flagellant within the warband here would have helped Riorren so much. He could have prevented the Templar Knight from getting in on his leader. It could have maybe moved a bit further ahead instead and blocked Kittenpaw's leader's ability to escape. You see, there are a lot of things you could have done. This is the last turn where his spells cost double. Or no, it doesn't even cost. It's already vanished. Alright, so you can do it once more. Might want to go in here and start doing a little bit of damage instead. Yeah, definitely gonna do an amazing amount of damage here. Remember that he has plus 10% to dodge, so he wants to wait with that. So Snuggle Bunny is bleeding. 93 wounds. Still could very well survive that. So he only has the parry stance is troubling. That he only has one. Probably wants to move in here. Almost done killing Gunther Brandt. Might see a first kill, but we're already gonna see a first kill here on Riorren's leader, I do believe. Coming up soon. It might not be a bad choice actually, using a Crimson Shade here. Seems to have Crimson Shades on all of his characters, Kittenpaw. Gonna use another delay. Now he will finally be behind the Templar Knight. What can this warrior priest do? Could he actually help out in a fight? Like, you don't really need the Arm of Righteousness every single turn on everyone. Maybe he can do something. Like, yes, you could go down and finish off the Flagellants, freeing up your other Templar Knight. That is an option. If you're dual wielding or have a two-handed weapon, you could, yeah. Okay, fine. Trying to prevent the leader from taking an unnecessary amount of damage. Doesn't want to be near this kill team though. Can he use his remaining 4 red pills for something useful? We're gonna see. Yeah, we might actually see him do something here against the. Wow, that's unlucky. Failing the fear test and consequently missing the attack because of it. That was odd. Well, they have a target with Pumpkin the Mad now if he's gonna survive. You know who he's gonna attack. Oh, really gonna see a charge here? No. Plus 20% hit chance, plus 20% damage, losing all of his red pills and blue pills. He's so dead. The dodge is off. Are we only gonna see pure damage? Oh, still had 1 red pill left. Due to his passive, he gets a counter attack, just 1 red pill. Also a reason why he, well, could have done a little bit more damage on Sir Pouncelot. At least 1 attack could have hit. It doesn't look too great for this leader. Let that be a lesson. Never place them like that, and why use aim so that you cannot properly get away? Only Riorren can ask that. Oh, it's gonna live here. Wow, yeah, he's definitely gonna live now. But he would have lived even without that. Thanks to Arm of Righteousness. Yeah, why not? I don't think this is a bad choice, because Templar Knight is gonna kill that leader anyway. Take a bit of damage here as well. Might actually flee into the fire now. No, barely escapes it. Just barely. But we'll probably finish off this little unit here. And we do see that. Finally! First kill. And where is that extra flagellant of Riorren's? Still nowhere to be seen. We're just hoping that he will come up from behind, because I think Kittenpaw's a little bit forgotten about him. He was behind the wall behind this building before. Where is he now? He should, if he moved at maximum speed, be really close to the wagon, and would have maybe been able to attack the leader of Kittenpaw from behind. Could possibly be the case. Or his low-level Witch Hunter hero.
A new round has started.
Yeah, he still has a parry stance, but this time you might actually want to attack. Oh, I thought you would be referring to the way how easy this game is. We'll see. At least I think that Kittenpaw might, if there's a lot of focus fire and if he goes by the parry here, he could die. But the fire bombs should probably stop. We do see a strong blow landing past the parry. Doing a tiny little bit of damage himself. Doing 13 more damage. 64 wounds left. 64 wounds left. Another firebomb right now would have been really nice to cement this. 47 wounds left. Alright. 47 wounds. That is almost dead. If we could focus a little bit more power into that, the burning might kill him, but I think the burning is probably stopping since there was one of the henchmen that threw it, and it's been around for a while right now. This is the damaged Zealot, isn't there? Yeah, it is. Yeah, he's going to move in here, trying to do the last little bit of damage. Oh, this is unlucky. Remember that he did get plus 10 melee resistance just now because of this. Almost killing Jochen Metzer. See if this is worth it. Is it a... Well, it was a worthy gambit, I suppose. Could probably have gone into something else too, but fine, at least he's trying to focus down the powerful hero here of Kittenpaw. Might see what happens here now. Well, this is lucky. There we go. And that's probably the extent of the damage going to be done to Pumpkin the Mad. So he's definitely going to live, that's for sure. Oh, he's definitely gonna focus on, isn't he? Yeah, he's gonna take the damage and he's gonna try and kill off Snuggle Bunny. No? Alright. That was lucky too. It's 11 damage, it's almost the minimum damage you can take. 25. Maybe the Wolf Priest wants to be a bit suicidal here and go in and finally kill off Sir Snugglebunny. And then we're gonna free up the really powerful Templar Knight of Riorren. And he needs that. He needs that because he needs that unit to start doing damage somewhere, because Levi Onaker is a bit stuck. At least for a round more. You can see what the contingency plan is for Kittenpaw. It's probably going to be when his Temple Knight is being freed. He wants to gamble here. Maybe trying to get a Trial of Pain off. Would have been great to hit. He could probably kill off this unit, especially if he scores a critical hit like that. War Priest might be going down here. Probably will go down. Still, you just have to ask, where is the Flagellant? If I'm not mistaken, it should be at the back of these units somewhere. Do you see a second kill? One more important this time. He wants to get a Trial of Pain in on Levi Onaker here. Settle for doing a bit of damage on Jochen Metzer maybe. I wish Kittenpaw would have used the minimap every now and then, and we can see where that lost flagellant is. See, he's really vulnerable to being killed here too. That would have been the prime target. Like if you do manage to kill so Snuggle Bunny and get units free, or indeed Pumpkin the Mad, whatever unit is freed up and not tied down by the other Templar Knight coming in here for the rescue. And that's strange. Do you have Amok maybe? That is strange. Oh, it could be Amok. Because it seems like he has plenty of space behind him. He doesn't want to stay in this fight. He could go for the Wolf Priest here. Yeah, he doesn't want to go for that. He wants to go for the Wolf Priest. Okay, even takes out... leaves a few pieces of gold. And there we go, stealing the idol. It's gonna be important to try and finish this game as soon as possible, since he doesn't want to Snuggle Bunny to die, and this is one way of doing it, since he has already killed 2 units. He's gonna kill a third here with the Wolf Priest, most likely. 80% chance. Oh, and he's not going to die. He's not going to die. He is not going to die. It was a very nice plan here of Kittenpaw, but yeah, that hurt. That hurt. He needed both of those 80% to hit. I could get Riorren Metzer here. Does indeed manage to do that. He's gonna try and see if he can reach the Wolf Priest. That was his aim. But he seems to be just out of range. Instead doing a bit more damage on Stefan Sommer. Gift of Savagery. Gonna maybe get him more encouraged to do melee damage. You don't want to move into the Templar Knight, so he's not going to do that. He's going to try and see if he can reach the Wolf Priest, right? Wow, 2 Sigmarite Warhammers. That was really nice. Good lord. Oh, he's going to use the healing draught to save... No, save Sir Snuggle Bunny. Yeah, he just realizes that. He can heal Sir Snuggle Bunny with this. That's worth so much. Hey, it's probably gonna live through this. Something bad could happen with the curse, so we're gonna see. Oh no, 18%. Managed to sit. That was a lucky find. Lots of units are near death here for Kittenpaw. It's all about to see what kind of damage he can do. Riorren. Because I think the match is already lost for Riorren here. Can he get away with some dignity? Can he kill some of these very hurt units, or... is he just going to walk away with a 0? Looks like a 0 right now. Gonna see a kill here momentarily. Yeah, why attack into that? It's no use. Alright, gonna try it anyway. Using the Crimson Shade to get ahead. And probably cancelling out the Web of Steel this turn and then doing more damage on the next turn. Okay, then it was virtually of no use using that Crimson Shade. It didn't do anything. Immune to All Alone. Well, you have to say that Kittenpaw was really lucky to find that purple healing draught on the Warrior Priest of Riorren, and I wonder why he never used it on himself. Should have had plenty of blue pills left over when he did go into that fight. Or previous usages. Manages Divine Wrath at least. We're in on the last round here, I believe. Gonna see a death coming up here, and it's gonna be a route test, I believe, no? Oh, we will see, it depends on the level. But if it's level 8, it's gonna be a route test. Or is he gonna live? Yeah, we'll see if Kittenpaw misses this. He's not gonna miss it just because he says that now. Otherwise, we will all laugh. Let's see. Yeah, and that's gonna be a route test. And just narrowly, both Captain Calico and Sir Snuggle Bunny manages to survive. Yeah, why not just loot everything that Ingomar here was carrying? Gonna see if he can manage to score. Well, what kind of leadership does... 4 leadership. So he's not the one that's gonna take the route test. It's gonna be this guy. So that's... yeah, 36% chance of Sigurd Sommer. 36% chance. Indeed. They haven't managed to get quite a lot of good loot too. Haven't suffered a single death. Managed to get the objective. It's been a really good game for Kittenpaw so far. It's gonna set him up really well for taking on the semi-finalist here. Whoever that's going to be, most likely it's gonna be True Seeing. And in that case, the Arm of Righteousness will really be very useful here. Since it's going to be against the mercenaries. And they're all vulnerable towards fear. Yeah, you could kill the Zealot. In the distance here, that's engaged. There we go. Oh yeah, I could also get Wolf Priest manages to do that. Probably good to lose the Wolf Priest anyway, since otherwise he would take another route test in case he manages to live through this by some miracle. Gonna see here. Does he manage it? No, he does not. Congratulations to Kittenpaw then, and we're gonna see him in the semi-final against someone. Thank you everyone for watching, and hope you did enjoy the game. See you later.